Well, politics is
Not if nobody cares.
big business. Hello, everybody. This is Preston Poulter here with Pocket Jacks Comics. We are just sitting back and watching the world die tonight with John and Larry. Say hello, John. And oh, wait, there we go. Big meeting, small you. I like it. Okay. Look, I seem fine on my camera. I don't know why you guys are saying I'm out of focus, but for people in the audience who think I might be out of focus, maybe I am. I'm not sure. But we got a couple of cool, or maybe I feel like I'm looking. I feel like I'm in focus. You guys were just
it looks better now.
With me. Okay.
I don't know.
All right, fine. So here's this. I will post it in my Discord just for the hell of it. And then we'll get into some scripts. So I got my story from last time, and then we got some more. By the way, Larry, I hope your artist responds, because otherwise that's gonna suck.
This is not looking good.
That's not looking good. Yeah.
I had a few other people try to message him, no reply.
Okay.
And I emailed his email address last night. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and this happens. Sadly, It happens a lot. Artists, they come and they go. What can I say? Oh well. All right. We got my story, and we got John's story. And that's all we got so far. So, which one do you think we should start with? Both involves religious elements, which is surprising.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Larry. Which one?
Oh well. Which one's John get? Has he got the Demonatrix or whatever?
I read 3 pages of Demonatrix.
Yeah.
Which was just an elevated sex scene, which was cool. I'm a big fan of elevated sex scenes.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
It's really just a rewrite of a few scenes. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked your rewrite.
Yeah.
I thought it flowed better too.
It flowed, yes.
Yeah.
What I heard before we started, it sounded better. So.
I mean, I guess if you want, we can read over it.
We don't have to.
Okay, well, Larry, what do you want? Do you want 3 pages of
drugs and sex?
Drugs and sex. Yeah.
Moby's not here yet, so we can't.
Okay.
No,
all right.
We'll start with yours because it's
drugs, sex, and black dick, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay, we really need him here then. So
yeah.
We'll start with yours. It's new, it's fresh, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Yours, I guess, being
you. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Iron.
Lords of Iron.
Lords of Iron.
Iron Sky.
Yeah, Iron
Lords
Sky. That's right.
Iron. There we go. See, I changed the titles now. Lords of Iron, written by me.
Complete rewrite or?
No, not really. In fact, I didn't change page 1 at all.
Oh, okay.
All right. John, why don't you narrate? I believe I shared. So
make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Hold on.
This is a post for ants. It's like
I know, right? Let me get my glasses out because I can't see.
Oh wow. Okay. Sorry. Right.
Do you not have a monitor so you can see what's on your screen? You really should have like a second monitor set up so you can see what we see.
Or at least
I'm sorry. I'll do that.
Screen or something.
I'll get right on that. All right, how's that? Is that
there you go.
Bigger, right? That
you probably have one lying around, right? No.
Yeah, I do. There's one right there. But the computer's a little finicky.
Computers are Hello.
Yeah, tell me about it. Computer's a little finicky, he says, as the whole screen goes wacky.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm 3rd time's the charm here. All right. Where was I? Okay, so
we are professionals, people.
Yeah, me and YouTube are kind of whatever. But let's see. All right, where was now? Now I got to find my doc. Okay, here we go. Angel of Dark, Lords of Iron. I'm gonna open that up again. Double click. Oh wait, it went to Crazy Town. Okay, I don't like it when it goes to Crazy Town. Okay, hopefully. All right, yeah. There's like multiple windows in this thing. I'm like, I don't want it. I didn't want it to go to another virtual desktop or something like that. Like that's just
virtual
not
desktop.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Share screen. Share. Here it is. Share. All right. Where's the button? There we go. How's that?
All right. That's great.
Okay.
Wait, YouTube says there's only 2 watchers.
Yeah,
I'm one of them because I'm signed in. Who's the other person?
probably Larry.
What?
We are speaking to the void.
Yeah.
What?
It happens.
There's nobody watching the stream right now, Larry.
Oh, wonderful. No, I'm not on it. So.
Oh, because then we do have one watcher. See.
Because
right.
If I try to run both at the same time, I'm definitely gonna robot out. So.
Okay.
I have it up on my laptop.
Right.
Okay.
All right, John, go ahead.
Page 1, panels 4. Panel 1. The planetoid Sirius hangs in space. Distant asteroids can be seen against a backdrop of beautiful stars. The mining coalition's modifications to the planetoid add to the appearance of mechanized smelting facility that has been dug into the side of the planetoid. A circular landing port's lights guide ore carrying robotic mining drones into a landing shaft lined with lights that lead into the interior. Caption. Series smelting shaft.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
What?
Oh, all right. Cassius is going to be the Canadian.
Okay, so are we at the line?
So
all right, yeah.
Give us a Canadian accent.
I'll just talk, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're living in Iron Age.
We live in an Iron
okay?
Age. Yeah. We live in an Iron Age.
Panel 2. An ore-bearing mining drone follows a moving cylindrical airlock seal as the drone carries its payload down the lighted shaft.
This facility processes the majority of all processes.
Yeah.
The majority of all ore deposits taken from the belt.
We lost our watcher.
Oh well.
Panel 3. Inside ore processing facility. The drone opens its cargo doors and uses compressed to dump its payload into the top.
Man, page 1 is so rough. All right.
Of a large cylindrical tower.
There we go. A testament to the efficiency of our rotational gravity aided smelting tower.
Panel 4. In the interior of the tower, the ore glows red. Sorry, go ahead.
In the interior of the tower, the ore glows red as it is subjected to high temperature steam. Orange glowing liquid metal begins to form into pools.
And its nuclear fission furnace.
Page 2, panels 4. Panel 1, molten metal pours out of the bottom of the tower into an industrial cauldron, which sits as one of many on a conveyor belt, bringing empty containers to the tower and making cauldrons full of glowing liquid metal away.
Which renders the metal ignites. We launch back to civilization.
Panel 2, a soldier stands watch on the surface of Ceres, clad in FP-29 power armor. The traditional armor of Earth-based forces FP-29 vaguely resembles the Marcos power suits, see reference, which feature retractable autocannons that bloom from mounted weapon pods just behind the shoulder.
As long as our stellar warriors can keep the pirates at bay.
Panel 3, interior
wait.
room.
We got our watcher back.
Oh,
we got 2 watchers back. Thank you so much.
One of them's me.
Okay.
One of them's you. Okay.
No, we have 3 watchers. Our amount of watchers is increased by 50%. So.
Yeah.
I had a feeling tonight was going to be probably pretty dead because of all the elections.
Of all the crazy stuff.
All the crazy stuff. Yeah.
Probably.
Hey, this is the perfect escape from all that.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Panel 3.
No, man, we gotta. Yeah.
Panel 3. Let us have.
Where there?
If you start talking it, I'm walking.
Okay,
Panel 3, interior briefing room. Lilia Danovich, who borrows her look from Lilia Lityak of the White Lily series, sits in her dress military uniform at a conference table as the after-action report continues. A man of North African lineage, commanding officer Cassius Barca, sits at the head of the table, looking over files on the computer tablet in front of him. An overhead screen off to the side sits frozen on a blurry picture of an enemy clad in BF 109 power armor, which appears quite menacing.
Which is why we're hoping you can fill in any gaps left by your suit cam. Tell me again, when did you first become aware of the enemy force?
We dispatched from Ceres to defend asteroid mining at Voltaire when Intruder was 6 days out.
Panel 4. Lilia sits in the audiovisual chamber of her dropship with her 11 fellow stellar warriors. Baronoff, the male captain of the squadron, lectures to them while pointing to a blip of an approaching ship on the tactical map overhead.
Captain Baronoff briefed us. And then, Larry, you be Baronoff.
Sure. They have disregarded all the hails thus far. We hold the contract to defend Voltaire, and we will dispatch to intercept. Prep the ship for travel.
Page 3, panels 5. Panel 1. In her flight suit, Lilia stands in her quarters, picking up a vodka bottle and a glass off a metallic metal table. If it's a metal table, wouldn't it be metallic?
Yes. And for that matter, I don't need to say, okay, yeah, it would be metallic. Correct.
Right. Metallic metal table. While currently
okay.
serving as a table. So it's a metallic metal table currently serving as a table.
While currently serving as a table, it's designed like an airline tray table to be stowed in the nearby wall. I'm sure there might be a better way to fit, but I wasn't sure how to tell you could fold the table into the wall.
What if it's just like metal paint, though? So
or you just say it's a it's a metal table that folds into the wall.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll put that next time. Okay.
A table that folds into the wall is currently in the open position.
Yep. There we go. Something along those lines.
Yeah, something like that.
You should write all my scripts.
I'm too busy writing my own. I came up with a new one today. I started working on it because I was bored.
There you go.
Oh, the world's going to hell, and I'm just writing.
Yeah.
I wish I had that
talk.
Opportunity. Yeah.
It's like, all right. Katya, who borrows her looks from the White Lily character, stands in the doorway of the cabin.
8 minutes. So much. I'm the electronic voice.
You're the electronic. I thought you were going to be Katya and Lilia.
Well,
need help stowing your gear? Yes, comrade. Almost done. All right, Larry can be the electronic voice. How's that?
All right, fine.
Panel 2. A crane latches onto a port in the top of the Yak 3 dropship that will be used to position the transport into the ship elevator at the bottom of the launch tube. Constrained only by the need to fit in the elevator, the Yak 2 appears like a submarine made from 6 to 7 cubic boxes. It bristles with guns and missiles and features a large hatch at the rear to rapidly deploy armored shock troops.
Secure crew for transport. Launch imminent.
Panel 3. Open-faced space helmets latched to their pressure suits. Katya and Lilia take their places into anchored racks designed to keep passengers safe during the violent motion of space travel. Even though there's no air? What is the violent motion of space travel if there's no air?
Yeah, all right. So if you're going in one way and then all right, so you got the thrust behind you, right? For most conventional designs of a spaceship, you've got kind of a rear mounted throw, whatever. You've got propulsion going this way, right? But then you could conceivably cease thrust, at which point you're still traveling, but now your crew is going to be experiencing 0 Gs. And you could pivot on your axis as you're moving, and then you can go that way if you want, or this other way. And so if you're kind of just there cruising along, you went from having gravity G-forces going this way to being weightless to now having G-forces going that way. And if you're not, prepared or ready or on the ball for that, it would be like gravity suddenly went from pulling you to the ground to pulling into that wall. And that would be a pain in the ass.
But if the ship is pressurized,
yes,
then the air pressure inside is going to be the same. You're not going to like the fly in a car. If you brake, the fly in the car doesn't go. The fly in the car doesn't go flying all over the place. He can still stay in one place in the car.
Yes.
Yes, but those who are anchored to the car experience acceleration as it goes forward and deceleration as it stops, or for that matter, forces as it turns and circles. So that's what it's going to be like on the ship, and it's going to be the basis of gravity. They already use that in the Expanse. Like when they're on these ships, it's the gravity is based on thrust. Yeah,
which makes sense because that's generally how it's determined to work, I suppose.
So yeah, the fact that
I'm not up on my space physics.
Okay.
So that's why I was more curious about what your thought was than I was actually trying to critique it. Because I'm not 100%. I was just
yeah.
Basically, if you push something, it'll gain velocity as long as nothing restricts it. That's my understanding, right?
Right, so, but I'm thinking that if you're going to have gravity that's down, you would have to be going up.
All right, so look.
In order for the G-forces to be going down. If you're going forward, then the G-forces are going forward.
I'm explaining it to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So when we're talking about space, you need to flip the orientations from a conventional naval vessel.
Yeah.
All right. On a conventional naval vessel, forward is in front of you, and everything is kind of stacked so that up is opposite of the direction of the center of the Earth because gravity is pulling you down. So you're going forward, but you're oriented so the top of your head is going to the sky and your feet are going to the ground. All right. Mm-hmm. In space, we have no sky, we have no ground. We just have thrust. So now we have to switch the orientation of the ship because the thrust is going to cause us to feel or experience gravity coming from where the thrust is coming from, which is probably going to be the rear of the ship in most designs, right? And so you have to actually change the orientation 90 degrees. So now if we're on like a conventional battleship, imagine it so that the top of your head is now facing the bow.
That's wacky.
It
makes sense.
But that's how you got to do it. In space, that's how you got to do it. The top of your head is facing the bow.
Yeah.
So when they're looking at a screen of the direction they're going, they're not actually facing the direction they're going. They're technically facing the floor.
Yes.
You should, if you ever get a chance, look at the layout of one of the Apollo spacecrafts.
Yeah. By Rebel Gaming, we are having a hard time with getting in touch with Christian. Whatever you can do. Because I know
he tried. He was one of the guys that got the message. So
I appreciate that. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, the orientations in space is weird, but I think I expect it to kind of be the standard from sci-fi going forward to understand that if we orient the top of our heads towards the bow of the ship. And the floor is towards
I think it's just there's been so many decades of Star Wars and Star Trek being wrong,
right?
That I think it's why it's shouldn't say wrong, but they had magical gravity, not
Star Wars.
And for that matter, like and now that I'm really thinking about it, the Expanse really does a pretty good job of, the more your ship is accelerating, the more of a G-force you're going to be experiencing. And And like I'm thinking about like God, it's Star Wars where they're going like into like light speed. I'm like, would they just liquefy everybody in this?
Yeah, it would.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they never really explain that. Like,
Yeah.
It just exists, and nobody asks any questions.
the fighters in Star Wars and the ships and stuff always moved like plane in atmosphere, right? Like that was always the thing, right? Because that's what they were designed off of, right? So yeah.
All right, so here we go.
All right, so thank you. That was our brief physics lesson. Katya's helmet bears an additional insignia on the opposite side, the Christian crescent, which features a similar design to the Byzantium star and crescent, except with a cross in place of the star. Sergei, a fellow warrior, climbs into his rig nearby.
Ora! And then, Larry, you can be Kaya.
Okay. Fear the power of God Almighty. Hail the lords of heaven.
Panel 4. The Yak 3 rides the transport elevator and airlock up the shaft.
The Father, the Son, Jesus, and his beloved prophet, Muhammad.
You're canceled. Panel 5.
Why? I'm being inclusive. I'm including everybody now.
Some of those people don't like to be included with the others.
They're being included in the future. It's very inclusive. Look, I'm showing a future that's very.
Oh no!
I get it, and I agree that is where our society is headed in the next 50 to maybe 100 years. But
and this is set like 150 years in the future.
Right? I understand.
Okay.
But I don't know how well that's going to go over in 2021.
Doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Yeah. It's just...
Lilia tucks her chin in anticipation of the G-forces to come. Her right hand touches a button on the side of her helmet that activates her visor.
Larry.
Commencing launch sequence. All crew remain in force harnesses until straight and level flight.
Though I will say in 100 years, they're going to read this and they're going to be like, he was a prophet.
I'm thinking like I might get the jump on stuff. That when people are like, when did the religions first merge? Like in this nerd's comic book.
Well, hey, I am still waiting for the Starship Troopers showers to become mainstream. So Page 4, panels 5. Panel 1. The elevator door retracts into the thirds that fall back into the technological ring that tops the shaft and exposes the Yak 3 to open space.
The Lords of Heaven have created each of us for their purpose. Hatch opening.
Panel 2.
I'll do the electronic
one
because I'm going to speak opposite you. Okay.
Yeah.
Panel 2. Keeping her chin tucked, Lilia's visor lowers just over her eyes. This will be an homage to Robotech's opening credits, where Rick Hunter's vision snaps in place.
Yeah. To each of us, they assigned a guardian angel.
G-force acceleration in.
In panel 3, in profile, Lilia's eyes watch the video feed of the launch on the interior of the visor, now covering her eyes. The feed shows the launch opening at the end of the tube and the field of stars that lay beyond.
To record our deeds for their judgment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Panel 4. The transport vaults out of the launch tube and into space. Into space on the power of its ion engines and a mechanical catapult built into the tube.
There we go.
Lots of tubes and lots of into space.
Gotta have those tubes. Let us rejoice, for God is great.
Launch.
Panel 5.
Hold up. Now we can.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
Man. Welcome to the party.
Rick Hunter. All right, Rick Hunter. Now we got to go back and go. Was Rick Hunter a simp? I think maybe he might have been.
Yeah, he was a simp.
But it was definitely beloved to me. Yeah. I love that show.
I think Preston might have just broke the fourth wall, man. As a white American, you're not supposed to bring Muslim in anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that, did you?
No.
Panel 5.
We're done, man.
Lilia's head and body lurch back under the force of the launch, but the rack keeps her in place.
Let them fear.
Current acceleration force 2.5 G.
Panel 5, page 5. Panel 1. The Yak 5 follows a broad arc as it accelerates away from Ceres.
Those who walk in the path of God Almighty.
G-force is normalizing.
Panel 2. Lilia unlocks herself from her G-force harness.
Peace be unto you.
Straight and level flight in 5, 4.
Panel 3. Lilia, Sergei, and the other warriors gather in a religious pre-battle ceremony administered by Katya, the warrior chaplain.
And all of God, the All-Father's mercy and blessing, we are the pioneers.
Panel 4. The warriors line up before Katya, who stands at the front of the line, providing a holy sacrament.
From dust you were made, and to dust you shall return.
The warrior at the head of the line speaks his response.
All right, that'll be Moby. Go ahead.
Moby.
Man, don't even tell me, man.
You are the warrior.
You're the
You're
warrior.
the warrior.
You know, man, I feel like, Moby, you gotta drive the car in the middle. Preston's driving. Just
All right, it's a simple line. I shall die with honor. There we go.
Panel 5. Katya dips her index finger in a bowl of rusty red pigment.
Panel 6. All right, page 6.
Page 5, panel 6. Panel 1. Katya anoints the forehead of Lilia, who stands in front of Sergei in a line of 5 remaining warriors waiting to receive.
Wait, I'm Katya.
No, Larry's Katya.
From dust you were made, and to dust you shall return.
Panel 2. Katya's finger traces a cross with a crescent moon on Lilia's forehead.
I die with valor.
Panel 3. Katya welcomes Baranov, who stands ready to walk up the short staircase to stand on the platform before the podium.
We praise God for his divine mercy. Let us now listen to our commanding officer and prepare to execute our calling and our enemies.
Panel 4. Commanding Officer Baranov, in his flight suit, strides towards the stage as Katya stands aside and gestures her appreciation to him with both hands.
Hoorah!
Panel 5. Baranov stands before the podium. A large monitor extending down from the 10-foot-high ceiling shows an image of the approaching vessel, an FW-200, which appears sleek and foreboding with yellow trim and highlights over the black hole.
All right.
Moby.
Oh, there I go, man. The approaching vessel has still provided response to our hails. It appears to be a new model which has been assigned the destination FW-200. They have not yet developed any knights.
Panel 6. Sitting in the audience, Lilia and Sergei look to each other in an attempt to bolster their courage.
Those units may be unlike any previous encountered. We will perform our duties, defend this base as agreed.
Page 7, panels 5. Panel 1. Baranov stands side by side with Katya at the podium.
The lords of heaven have given us a great gift. The papal fatwa bull of 2147 declared any act of piracy a mortal sin. Haram. We do God's work here, as Peter wrote in his letter to the Philippines.
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 He
Sorry.
didn't write to the Philippines.
No, he did not write to the Philippines. He may have, but we
He
just,
may have.
yeah. So, I know you will
Philippians.
Philippians.
Philippians?
Philippians.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philippians.
Oh,
Philippians. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've read a Bible. I'm like, is that the
I know. It takes a while. It's like, oh, wait, the Philippians. Yeah.
Philippians. Yeah.
Those guys who were hanging out with Philip.
Yeah.
John, man, I gotta take your discounts from the church breakfast for not reading the Bible. Not long.
I know, man. It's bad. I
Alright,
know
guys.
you will stand firm in one spirit without being frightened by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed while you will be saved.
Panel 2, Katya turns to Baronoff. You know what would be funny, though, is if you had them quoting the 1611 King James Version.
Okay.
Like,
Good
so
luck.
that,
fans.
so that
Yeah.
thing survived 500 years.
Yeah.
By your leave, sir.
Warriors, do don your armor. We deploy in 1 hour.
Panel 3. The warriors stand in unison at the conclusion of the ceremony.
Hurrah!
Panel 4. Lilia, still bearing the mark of the Christian crescent on her forehead, locks her helmet in place on top of the flight suit. Click!
Yeah.
Panel 5. Lilia steps into the FP-29 power armor. Ruffle.
Ruffalo. No.
Page 8, panels 5. Panel 1. The cockpit's protective armor canopy remains open. Inside the cockpit sit 4 air lines to connect to the body of her suit. To control her body temperature, a line for breathing air and another for data, both of which connect to her helmet, and a relief tube which connects to her crotch.
All right.
Which is oddly overlooked in a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh, they never put that in.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but very rarely. Yeah.
There is a latch towards the back of the cockpit design to hook into the back of her helmet that will lock her head in place to help prevent having the vertebrae of her neck being snapped during violent maneuvers or enemy hits. Lilia connects the airline to her helmet.
Yes.
Panel 2. Having connected all of the hoses and lines from Panel 1, Lilia orders the pod to readiness.
This is Beta Knight Donovich. Come online.
Panel 3. The interior cockpit powers to life. Multiple screens show video feeds from different vantages.
Let me read that.
Okay.
F-27 armor suit 412 responding. Will met night mission protocol. Call for weapons free. Standby for readiness test.
That's a good voice, yeah.
Panel 4. Lilia looks straight forward, her face reflecting the pale light from her heads-up display as the test commences.
Repeat the following. I am prepared to kill the enemy if ordered.
Panel 5. Lilia's face remains in the same pose as Panel 4.
And Larry, why don't you take Alexi?
Okay. Lilia, I am in trouble.
Page 9, Panel 6. Panel 1. Inside her power armor, Lilia's face is frozen with here. On a display screen, a companion in FP-29 power armor is under fire.
Too many missile locks. Try to shoot some.
Panel 2. The mission explodes on... The misses explode on impact, and the power armor disintegrates in the explosion.
Lilia.
Panel 3. Lilia stares straight forward in the glow of the light from the HUD.
You may begin, Beta Donovich.
I am prepared to kill the enemy if ordered.
Panel 4. Piloting power armor number 23. I'm sorry. Number 32, bearing a white Lily insignia and a few kill markers, Lilia walks the power armor from the maintenance pod into the hangar bay. Cha-chong! Cha-chong! Panel 5. The warriors, all in power armor, gather around a large airlock which opens like a paratrooper hatch, but is currently closed.
The Asian side of me was offended by the cha-chong.
I knew you were going to say that.
I just read it on the page. Panel 6.
And then we have an oorah.
Hoorah!
Panel 6. Inset into 5 headshot. Baronov in his helmet barks orders.
All right, warriors. This is the time of truth.
And Apparently, that's
all she wrote.
what is it? I felt like there was one more page in here.
Sir,
You keep scrolling.
Oh, wait, there we
There
go.
it is.
There we go.
Oh.
There we go. I said just keep
Yeah.
scrolling. All right.
I was about to say, as a white nationalist, that was the best part, the all white page.
There we go. All right.
Page 10, panels 5. Panel 1, the hatch opens as the warriors stand ready to deploy. Panel 2, small headshot panel.
Let's go.
Panel 3, small headshot.
God is great.
Panel 4, small headshot.
Ora.
Panel 5, they both fly out into the space with the other warriors in armor.
All right. So that's 10 pages.
Yeah.
So, there we go. I slowed it down a little bit. What'd you think?
Good.
I liked it. I like spending more time with the characters.
Yeah.
And I think the world building on the religion side makes a lot of sense. I kind of mentioned that before. I think I like it. And, definitely could see that happening. And I can definitely see you getting canceled over it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get canceled over everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
yeah,
goal
but
this year, right?
but that's just asking for it.
If you ask some people, I'm always asking for it.
Man,
Whatever.
Man,
it's part of the second act of the Preston show.
Pretty soon it's going to be Preston in exile. I'll get 300,000 subs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a request by if you bathe with 70 frogs, all will be forgiven.
Yeah. Larry, what you got thoughts? You got constructive notes? What you got? Anything over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking out. I think you had more explanation of the mining operation in the last script, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so, but all right.
Oh, really? It seemed like it was longer anyway. So maybe, adding in the religious stuff and the more character development around that definitely helped with the pacing, I guess. I don't know. Because I felt like the last one was kind of like, hey, it's a big information dump.
Yeah.
But, it's necessary, but yeah.
Didn't in the last one you dump them right into an action scene like within
Pretty
the
much,
first?
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because I remember you complaining about how the missiles were like hitting one of them and the bullet hitting the other guy, and
last time people were dying by page 10. This time we're heading off into battle, of having been assured of God's grace.
Yeah,
but at least we know the different characters, and they each have their individual traits.
Right.
That's true,
Like I said, you get a chance to know these people
before they
they all get
murderized.
There is like a certain way to tell the story where you just start with the action with everyone getting killed.
Yeah.
But some things have done that very successfully. But
like
I
that
like
dog
this
script.
Yeah. What's that?
That was in your writer stream, wasn't it, Preston?
Which one?
That script with all the dogs that were actually people, but they were really dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were all getting like blown to pieces in the first 5 pages.
That was in my writing.
Oh, that was horrible.
What was that?
That was back when like Zombie was a regular on the thing, and we used to have more people. Right now we kind of have regulars. I know it's gonna be John, it's gonna be Larry, it's gonna be Molby.
Yeah.
I no longer go by the name Molby.
Fair enough.
I want you to respect that.
Where do you go by now?
I'm Moby, formerly the artist formerly known as Moby.
Fair enough. Okay.
But
we used to have all that, and now I gotta say, there's less interest, I guess, in coming in and presenting pages. But there was a guy who presented a script about dogs. And
they were like dogs in World War II or
something.
Like
World War II dogs. Okay, there were dogs in World War II that were out to find mines.
They were parachute. Yeah, they were like paratrooper. Like there were humans that put them in these paratrooper suits and then chucked them out of
Right. Yeah.
And then they parachuted down, and they were all speaking English to each other.
Yeah.
And then they were running over this field.
Yeah.
And they weren't all German Shepherds. Like each one was a different breed.
Yeah.
Oh man, why does this sound like
and they were getting blown to pieces.
This was like what, like the dark reboot pitch for the next Air Bud movie or what? Like,
I don't know, but it was. I was just like, all right, this script's got some problems. All your characters are dogs.
I mean, if it's animated, it's fine. But
Right,
I mean,
and they're kind of dying, and I mean,
in horrible ways.
In horrible ways. It's
So-
started off with kind of a downer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I say that to say I'm glad your script is not that.
There we go.
Well, to me, man, that sounds like a PETA-sponsored Lifetime.
there you
film.
go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Preston, you might have had some gold, man. You might have had some gold.
I got Sigma Comics is sending me a free copy of Calico.
Oh,
So that's awesome.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That's not.
I may have to like review that one on my channel because that's
Oh,
wow.
you should do a script review on that one. Eh?
I plan on. I'm like I may have to study that one. I'm like, oh my goodness. I posted it in my Discord, but
Is that the one that has like really strange funding issues?
Oh no!
yeah, it's got really strange funding. Like if you look at it on Indiegogo, it has 55 backers.
Okay.
That brought in $10,000, and
I want to know these 55 people.
Well, and the thing is that if you look at all the perks that are there on the campaign for Calico, there's only 39 backers that are available, and they all backed at like $25.
Okay.
So there are hidden perk levels with the other, 16 backers who apparently brought in $9,200 of the $10,000 total, and
that sounds fishy.
That
Nothing
sounds real fishy.
Here. Move along.
Yeah. And I asked the guy, I'm like, so can you explain? And he's like, oh, we had some animal rights people who were very, very.
They were very generous.
They were very motivated. Like, okay, fair enough. So he basically had like some PETA backing, is what he's claiming. I don't know if that's true. It could just be self backing, but whatever. I mean, sure. I don't know.
This is America.
It is. Yeah. It's also Indiegogo. But the storyline involves our hero like torturing and murdering an American family who has returned from safari.
It sounds like
oh, I saw the review, man.
Yeah, out of like
Henchman High, whatever.
Yeah,
a solid review.
This fucking is like, what the hell? Yeah. So that's what. If they would have brought that story here on the script, I might, or on the writer's stream, I might have gone. I know that we like animals, but I don't know that we should be. I don't know. I would probably say it was a bad idea. And see, based on that, he probably wouldn't have gotten all that PETA money. So there you go.
To me, I think it's the bad execution, man. I don't want to spoil it because of what 1 Inch Man. Yeah. I think his name is 1 Inch Man. What is it?
It's anti-comic guy. But he also goes by 1 Inch Man. That's not how I would normally want to refer to it. Sure, Inch Man. Now on anti-comics guy is 1 Inch Man.
They're gonna be, man, no wonder you hate every comic. Oh nah, man, he did a review, man. I read it, I saw it, I'm like, wow, if this happens, I think this might be the book that defines CG mental illness, man.
It could be.
Oh man, I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to spoil it. Let Preston save that for this week in CG, and
All right, so here we are with Angel of Darkness.
All right. Well, there's lots of people in this one. Mulby, why don't you do Njoko and Hansu? Larry, you can do Amos and Ridley. Preston, you can do Aaron and Nikita, and I'll narrate. And then the random people, I don't really care about.
Wait,
There's a few random people that pop up.
Which one am I? I'm a Joko.
You're gonna be my ladies.
Okay.
Aaron and Nikita.
Aaron Pita. Let's do it.
All right.
Alright.
Panel
Yes, sir.
1, Splash. Sanctuary of the Anglican Church. 100 or so young African men, conscripts, between 18 and 30 sit in pews, back toward us, facing the front of the church. Aaron sits in the front pew. Anjoko and Amos stand in the front, facing us. Hansu stands off to the side, a few feet behind Amos, and close to a side door.
Thank you all for coming. I want to introduce you to Colonel of the British Army, Charles Amos.
Hello, gentlemen. I also want to thank you for coming. What we're asking of you isn't easy, that's for sure. Random
I thought slavery was outlawed in the British colonies.
Men in my own country, we are being called to service of their country. Oh, men in my own country are being called to service of their country. Sorry.
It's a white man's war. Let the white man fight it.
War is coming, gentlemen. Mussolini has already taken the villages in the northern continent. Do you think he won't venture south? Do you really think Hitler will stop at the Indian Sea? We'll take the fight to them so that the war doesn't end up on your children's doorstep.
That's awfully spelly, Amos.
Page 2, panels 4. Panel 1, top half of page. Behind the Anglican church sits a small, peaceful cemetery. A full moon hangs above. Panel 2, a shadow falls over bristlegrass, growing beside the tombstone. Panel 3, a crack in the dirt in front of the tombstone. Lower third of page, a mud-covered decayed hand bursts through the ground.
Dun, dun, dun.
Page 13, panels 5. Panel 1, Sanctuary of the Anglican Church. Amos stands with his back to us now. Aaron and Joko are handing out envelopes to the conscripts.
Inside these envelopes, you will find your contracts. It states your salary, is it
Stipend.
stipends? Yes, and benefits. Your service to the crown can have a great many benefits.
Benefits we won't get if we're shot to pieces. Panel 2, reverse of panel 1. Amos faces us. Behind him, we see Hansu. Behind Hansu, the door sits open. A lumbering silhouette approaches.
Yes, some of you won't be coming home, but by joining us, you ensure that your wives and children have a future.
Panel 3, the lumbering silhouette, a rotting corpse, mid-leap in the air, attacking Hansu. Panel 4, the zombie biting into Hansu's arm. Panel 5, the zombie on the floor, having been thrown by Hansu. Motion lines indicate he is still sliding away. Hansu, a chunk of his left arm missing, holds a pistol with his right hand, shooting the zombie. Blam, blam, blam. Page 14, panels 5. Panel 1, the zombie standing on its feet, back to us, facing Hansu. Hansu continues shooting. Bullets blow out chunks of the zombie, but it ignores it. Blam, blam, blam.
What the hell? The devil is this?
Panel 2. The back door sits open. Several more lumbering zombie approach. Behind them, silhouettes of more zombie. They appear in a daze. Panel 3. Hansu walks backward toward the others. Amos, Anjoko, Aaron, and the conscripts stare toward the front of the church. Panel 4. All zombies appear awake, wide-eyed, if they have them, mouths agape, bearing teeth. Rawr! Panel 5. The zombie horde attacks. The conscripts climb over each other and pews to escape. Amos, Hansu, and Joko and Aaron among the fleeing crowd. Many of the conscripts are overtaken by the horde. Panel 15. Page 15, panel 3. Panel 1, top inset. Amos and some conscripts hold the church doors closed. Bang, bang.
Colonel. Oh, that's supposed to be
Who's
Amos.
I can't remember.
You're Amos, Larry.
Okay. Little busy.
Panel 2, splash. Hansu stands forward in frame, looking down the street as the zombie horde circle around them. Anjoko, and Aaron and the other conscripts stand on the street in a circle with their backs to each other. The officers are holding pistols pointed outward. Behind them, Amos and a dozen or more of the conscripts continue pressing against the door.
Some kind of black magic.
Captain, where's your militia?
You're looking at him, sir.
We have munitions on the train.
Oh, that was my line.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He's stealing all the scenes, John, and you're not punishing him.
Screwing it up tonight, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go read your line.
All right. We'll never make it in time. There we go.
Mayor Ridley has weapons stash. These things won't die. We have to retreat.
Major, get to the train yard and tell Captain Jacande?
Jacande.
Yeah,
I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah. To fire up the engines. Captain, gather the townsfolk and head that way. We need a dozen men to come with me, the lieutenant to the mayor's house to head these bastards off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Everybody move.
Bottom inset. Amos and Aaron in the foreground running, several conscripts running behind them. Behind them, Anjoko and some of the conscripts fight off some of the horde as the others are feeling. Behind them, Hansu is driving the jeep off panel. Page 16, panel 6. Panel 1. Mayor Ridley's study. Ridley sits in a comfortable chair, pipe in one hand and an open book in the other. He is looking up at a servant standing in the doorway. Preston, why don't you do the servant?
Sir, the town is beset by the dead.
Larry or Ridley?
Where is Lady Ridley?
We haven't seen her.
Break out the guns. I will find her.
Panel 2, the mission foyer. Amos and Aaron slam the door as the horde approaches the steps. Ridley stands with several of the servants brandishing rifles.
Mayor Ridley, I heard. I have the weapons in my study. My men will show you.
Panel 3, Nikita kneeling on her prayer rug, holding the skull cupped in both hands, eyes closed, a tear rolling down her cheek.
Nikita.
Tara Nemi Kuti Indive Nadar Rako Muvenji Wanju Akawasha Rawandiri.
There's black magic in that white man.
There you go.
Nikita?
Panel 4. Nikita stands in the doorway of the ceremonial chamber. Ridley stands across the room from her, pointing at the window.
What did you do?
I don't understand.
Look.
Panel 5. Nikita's POV through the window. On the street, the horde attacks townspeople and others as others surround the house. Panel 6. Ridley embraces Nikita, his back to us. Nikita's expression is one of confusion and horror, tears down her cheeks.
That's not me, I swear. Please, you have to believe me. I was just chanting while holding a skull.
I believe you, for I am
Stupid bitch. Keep going.
I believe you, for I am a gamma male. The colonel is here. What's the
That gamma male.
Okay, sorry. I had to.
That's okay. I mean, if the line doesn't work, the line doesn't work.
No, it works. It's just kind of funny, that's all.
It's like he knows that his wife follows a different religion, but he doesn't really know what the ins and outs of the religion are. Okay. He knows it's a little,
Well, you can show that in delivery, so I mean, it all depends on that, right? So.
What's the word? Superstitious? Yeah. Like he knows that she's into an ancient superstitious religion type thing, but he doesn't really know what it's about, and he kind of just lets her,
All right.
Did we do the line?
Yeah.
Larry, your line.
You didn't say it. You didn't say it. You said, I believe you.
I believe you. The colonel is here. We'll see what the plan is.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, page 17, panel 6. Panel 1, the mansion foyer. Ridley and Nikita are walking down the steps. Nikita wears the same clothes she had on in the previous panel, but now has a small little leather satchel over her shoulder.
Mhm.
Amos and Aaron stand with several servants, all wielding rifles.
You don't have enough ammo to make a stand here, so we'll head to the train. You'll never make it in time. We have enough small arms there to equip an army.
Panel 2, Ridley and Nikita are on the ground floor. Amos is handing Ridley a rifle.
Me and my men will try to hold them off here. That should buy you enough time to get out. You don't have to. I have but one request. Name it. Take Nikita with you.
Panel 3, Ridley smiles at Nikita, rifle in one hand, the other tenderly on her cheek.
No, I'm not leaving you.
This is my home, woman, not yours. Your destiny lies far from this little town.
Panel 4, Ridley leaning over, kissing Nikita on the lips, tears streaking down Nikita's cheeks. Panel 5, Ridley is looking at Amos. Nikita is staring up at Ridley, hugging his free arm.
Please go. Go, please. Sorry.
I'm not.
Colonel?
Panel 6, Amos has his arm around Nikita's waist, holding her off the ground, a pistol in the other hand. Aaron stands with the conscripts, all holding rifles.
Let's move.
Page 18, panel 6. Panel 1, front porch of Mayor Ridley's house. Amos, still holding Nikita in one arm, shoots at the zombies with his pistol. Nikita holds out both arms towards Ridley. Aaron stands directly behind Amos, raised rifle, shooting. Several conscripts behind, shooting. Ridley and half a dozen servants with rifles cut between Amos, Aaron, and Nikita, shooting. Sound effects, blam blam, bang bang.
That's a lot of shooting.
Is it?
Aaron stands directly behind Amos, raised rifle, shooting. Several conscripts follow behind, shooting. Ridley and a half dozen servants with rifles cut between Amos, Aaron, and Nikita, shooting. So that's a lot of shooting. That's like,
Yeah, they're all like
Yeah.
the last hurrah.
I understand.
Is the panel too busy? I guess would be the question.
I feel like you kind of got an echo on the word shooting. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Blasting. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
No. There we go.
Panel 2. The Horde absorb the bullets unaffected. They tear and
definitely.
The Horde absorb bullets unaffected. They tear and claw through Ridley's servants. One of the zombie leaps at Ridley. Panel 3. Amos, carrying Nikita, stands beside the Jeep. Unjoko behind the wheel. Panel 4.
Why is he carrying her?
What?
I don't see where he started carrying her.
Previous page when he said take her and she refused to go.
Oh, okay, got it.
Amos
All right.
picked her up and basically said, "Let's go."
Okay, sounds good.
And he's been carrying her this whole time.
Okay.
Panel 4. The zombie on top of Ridley biting into his shoulder. Ridley with pistol in hand pointed under the zombie's chin. An explosion of red mist coming out the other side. Blam. Panel 5. Ridley on his knees, blood pouring down the gaping wound in his shoulder, looking at us, tearful but smiling. Behind him, the servants are all dead, and the zombie are leaping toward him.
Goodbye, my love.
Panel
Simp
6.
to the last. There
Yeah.
we go. That's what Moby's like. Don't you understand? Under the government, she's got more power than you. Why are you doing it?
Not in 1937,
Sir,
39.
My symptom senses are activated.
Okay. So,
Panel 6.
yeah.
Nikita kneels on the back bench of the Jeep crying. Aaron standing behind her, still shooting. Amos, the passenger seat, also shooting. Lots of shooting. Aaron and Joko drives away as several Horde attempt to run after them.
You know, John, I just want to say one thing. You sure you're not a Republican? A lot of guns, a lot of shooting in this script.
He is a Republican. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
Hey, don't. I told Larry this. Don't
No,
fight
I'm
your
registered
heritage.
libertarian.
There we go.
Oh, well, all right. Well, that's close enough.
Yeah, no, I've been libertarian for 10 years or more now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Remember, anything right of pure communism is right wing. So yeah.
Well, that's fine. Whatever.
I know.
Panel 1, Bulawayo train station.
Steam bellows from the train engine. Conscripts
Oh,
and
yeah.
townsfolk pile over each other to board the train. Hansu stands in front with several conscripts wielding rifles. An open weapons crate sits behind them. Sits to the side. Anjoko parks the jeep in front. Amos holds Nikita's hands as they run toward the train. Aaron runs toward Hansu. Panel 2. The zombie horde charge across the platform at Hansu's firing line. The rifles fire with flash and smoke. Bang, bang, bang.
Fire.
Panel 3. Aaron stands behind Hansu shooting.
What?
Headshots. Headshots.
Headshot.
What?
Shoot them in the head, otherwise you're wasting bullets.
Panel 4. Captain Jaconde, standing at the engine controls, pulls the whistle. Screech! Panel 5. Hansu is running toward the train, waving the conscripts toward him.
Fall back.
Panel 6. Nikita lays on the metal floor of the train coupler 8-9. Amos stands over her firing a rifle. Bang! Panel 7. A bullet time-like effect shows the round whizzing past Aaron's head as she runs for the train. The bullet strikes a zombie, closing in behind her directly between the eyes.
Gotta put in the bullet time, man.
Page 20, panels 4. Aaron climbs onto the train coupler on the observation coach side with one hand on the railing, the other hand grasped with Amos as he pulls her up. Hansu climbs onto the train coupler 8-9 on the passenger coach H side. Their conscripts not as lucky to reach the train or overtaken by the horde. Motion lines indicate the train is starting to move. Panel 2, Amos, Aaron, and Hansu stand on the train coupler watching as the platform is further away. The zombie run after the train.
Second Lieutenant, please see the Lady Ridley. Or please see to the Lady Ridley.
Yes, sir.
Major, get me a head count.
Sir.
Panel 3, observation coach. The observation coach is set up as an officer's quarters, 24 feet in length. The front half set up with 3 stacking bunks, 6 on each side to sleep up to 12. The rear of the coach is more open, equipped with comfortable seating, a desk, a dining area, and a small stocked liquor cabinet. Nikita stands on the couch, clutching the leather satchel and sobbing. Aaron sits beside her, putting her arm around her.
He was the best thing that ever happened to me, and I killed him. No, you can't think of it that way.
Panel 4. Nikita stands by the door to the rear platform looking out. Aaron looks up at her with a somber expression.
I need some air. And that's the bottom.
God.
That is 20 pages.
That is 20
Or
pages.
10 pages. Or pages 11 to 20.
Going to page 20. It's better. I think we definitely have a lot more emotional resonance now that she's not like ordering her husband callously off to die and expressing no feeling. I think that was I think it was an improvement. Now we kind of have a heroic stand. I'll just give you that's all. Like the plot contrivance of get to the train because that's where the ammo is. Like, why is the ammo on the train? I feel like there would be more ammo in the house.
Well,
particularly if these are like colonizers used to dealing with perhaps restless natives. I feel like they would have a fair amount of arms and ammo there in the house. That's just my thought.
I thought he sort of explained that though, didn't he? Because they were going back up to Europe to fight. It wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at that with the plot thing. Okay, cool. All right.
The plot thickens, John.
Yeah. All right, Larry, what do you think?
Pacing was definitely a lot better in this version. Like there's a steady momentum. It didn't lag anywhere, which is nice. We're definitely getting a better sense of who each person is, so it's less confusing that way. Yeah. So all around, great improvement for sure.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I'm like, well, to me, man, I got some mail from the Onjaku fans. They said there's not enough Onjaku, and
he gets a lot of stuff in issue 2.
They said it's racist because this takes place in Africa, and the majority of the words should be by the African native characters.
There you go.
Who are reduced to zombies that are treated as completely irreplaceable and featureless and killed.
Well, as I said, this was originally written as intended for it to be a low budget screenplay. The thought being, if you film in Africa, you can get lots of extras on the cheap.
I mean, yeah.
That was.
Hey,
here's the thing.
And I only mean cheap, not as that they're less. They're cheap
throwing
people,
a white flag.
The cost to employ them.
As a guy who has produced a movie, we shot it here in Dallas, Standoff at Sparrow Creek. I recommend everybody watch that if you haven't. But you know where we got virtually all of our crew to film? From LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's where your experienced camera guys and grips guys and sound guys are. You know, like people in Texas, they don't know. You know,
they don't do it enough.
They don't do it enough.
You got to be I agree. You got to be immersed in it too. But if you need 500 extras,
sure. But I'm just talking about
for
the crew that you're going to use. Now, that if you really think that these might be filmed in Africa, you'd have to fly the crew out there, and you know that so it might kill your budget.
I figured the key crew, yes, but the carpenters and a lot of the other crew probably not. And I fully expect that the special effects will be done probably in LA.
Of course, yeah.
You know, like the train stuff would all be on green screen, and then all that background stuff will all be CGI. But I was just thinking, after I saw Revolt, which was filmed in South Africa, and what they were able to do, I mean, they had several scenes where it was an alien invasion movie, so they had the special effects of the aliens coming down the street like War of the Worlds style, and they had the city full of people all running and doing all this stuff. And that was how I figured out it was South Africa, because it was like 85% black. I'm like, oh, this must have been filmed in South Africa. And then sure enough, in the credits, it came up and it was like filmed in South Africa. I'm like, hey, that's a great idea.
Well, I mean, to me, I'll say this, man. It could also be a play too. You never want to give up on that option, because with a play
right now, it's going to be a comic book. We'll see what happens.
No, you do that too. I'm just saying. But to me, man, it read well, man. Good pacing, good speed. I think what Preston was trying to say is near the train thing, because it's in South Africa, depending on, how the racial climate was there, I think Preston's thinking there has to be some type of police stationary thing where they have ammunition. Even though there's some weapons in the train, you might have like how you got those people who defend or protect the train.
Right. That was the mayor. The mayor has that weapon stash for the town. What's on the train is owned by the army. So the army gave him the crate of weapons that's on the train. But the mayor has the stash for the militia, but it wasn't enough to handle an undead army that doesn't die when you shoot it with bullets.
One thing I want to ask, we've all seen zombie movies.
Yes.
How come, man, you're in a location, Africa should be a machete location, a lot of machetes. And with how slow zombies move, do you really need that many guns? Just hack your way through. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking out loud, my bad.
I'm glad that it's the black guy on the stream that says that they should use the machetes in Africa. Because if I wrote that, they'd be like, "What? You don't think they got guns in Africa?"
John, we're still using spears, huh?
This was 1930s.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think realistically of what would a British colony be like in the 1930s. Guns had been around for hundreds of years by that point, so they would have guns.
All right, my question:
they don't have cars.
Would they have a machine gun.
Probably.
They have
'Cause-
automatic rifles.
Because this is just after World War One, and
Yes.
I'm like, was there any action in Africa in World War One?
Yeah.
Sure, there was
I think
zebras.
Yeah,
There was zebras commanding tanks, elephants that knew that were scouts.
right. You know, now that I think, like that whole plot line of the African Queen, where you had Humphrey Bogart and all that on the ship trying to sink the German battleship that they put in an African lake, like Lake Victoria. That was, I think, that was an actual thing that like the Germans did during the First World War.
In North Africa saw most of the action. There was not a lot of action in South Africa. And this story takes place in South Africa. But that doesn't mean they wouldn't be prepared and they'd have some things. I mean, they do have a crate of weapons, and one of the weapons in the crate is a Gatling gun. I mean, the army equipped them well in case they ran into
zombies,
the Italians or the Germans.
Okay.
Not enough for zombies.
Fair enough.
So, and the militia had stuff, to kind of put down rabble rousers and criminals, but
if they had any leftovers from the First World War, the machine guns probably would have been mounted, so they would have been more stationary. But
that was and that's the other thing too. I was also trying to think is that I also was operating under the assumption that what a British colony that far from England would have would be hand-me-downs.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
So everything they would have would be stuff. So the British Army would have all of the new fancy stuff. So what do they do with all the surplus weapons? Well, we send it to our militias in all of our colonies.
Sure.
It's kind of like what we do here in the U.S. What does the military do with the surplus? They sell it to city police. And that's why you got city police officers with M16s and full military grade tactical hardware. It's they buy it surplus from the army.
I just want to racially translate it. He's basically saying they weren't afraid of those African savages, so they didn't give them that many
the
guns.
Africans weren't savages, is what I'm saying. I have a higher opinion of the Africans than you do, my friend.
I think it's an improvement. I think.
Thank you.
And I think it translates pretty well to a comic book. So
this works.
Yeah. Are you going with this one? Are you gonna sink resources into making this a comic or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think.
Yes. This is going to be my real comic.
Okay.
To me, it's got a potential, man. It's got a saga.
My porn, I'm doing it Daz. I'm not going to pay money to do porn because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get though I might. I could make more money.
I don't know.
Porn comic,
but graphic comics seem to do okay.
No, you can market
we'll
this
see.
better, man. But somebody just text me a message with a penis with a sad face on it.
There you go. Yeah, there's not a lot of boobs in this one, but that's okay.
Nope.
Man,
that's all right.
Wrong with it. Good pacing, man.
You might be able to get you on Doug's in April.
Oh yeah, good. I mean,
that would be so neat. Boy, used to. God, I've been on Doug Naples' channel so many times. Now I'm like, but I don't know if he's gonna let anybody on now that it's 300,000 subscribers.
The thing is, he's got that solo show going now. That's really what's driving him up. So
right,
yeah.
Become Super Doug.
He has become Super Doug. I mean,
to me, I'm just happy he's healthier, man. He's healthy. He's more energetic, man. He's doing good. That's a good thing, man, especially with what he was going through.
I was actually worried. Yeah, I was actually pretty worried about him last year there. So,
Oh yeah, man. When I found out, I was shocked. I'm like, you're turning books out, that quickly, and you're battling something, and some other guy has too much time at the pizzeria to draw one page a month.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names. It's 2021. We're bigger than that. We're better people.
48 splash pages. That's what she did. Yeah.
Actually, my dad's comic's going to be about 48 pages.
Oh,
That's
48
what I'm.
size, but
well,
it's
you
hard to fund though. I'll tell you that much because I'm still trying to fund my 48-page book. So
Well, that's
Yeah.
why my 48-page book is being done in Daz. My dad's book is going to be a 48-page book,
there you
and part of the reason I'm doing that is because it's Daz. I want to offer more than what other people would normally offer. So I'm hoping that makes up for the unconventional art style. So we'll see.
But
Yeah.
I hope when it comes time to look for an artist, I wish you the best of luck. We can certainly.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder about that. Given,
well,
but all I gotta say,
I will say,
the more money you're willing to pay, the greater your odds of finding a professional team that will turn it in on time.
My budget's going to be about $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping to spend.
I feel like you could find a professional. I feel like you could find a professional.
One of the thoughts that I had, and
hold on, $3,000 for 48 pages?
No.
Ooh,
This one's 28.
Okay.
Angel of Darkness is 28.
Yeah, no, that's completely doable. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, Daz is 48 pages.
Right.
Demonatrix is going to be 48 pages.
Okay.
Angel of Darkness is going to be 28.
John, what about the 1,000 for Vegas, man? What happened to that?
So, Preston, I got a question for you though.
Yes.
And as somebody who's done this, one of my thoughts was when it comes to hiring an art team.
Yes.
Was to basically break it into stages and pay them over time, not give them all the money at once.
Yes.
So basically pay them for 8 pages.
Yes.
And then when they turn in the 8 pages, I pay them for the next 8 pages.
Yeah.
And then they turn those pages in.
Yes.
That's normal?
Yes.
Yeah, very normal, yeah. Well, you could even do it by
percentage.
art stages too. You want to get your pencils done and then
right. Well, and that's going to depend on yours because I'm used to pencils, then inks, then colors.
It's the traditional way. Yeah.
But sometimes when particularly when you go in cheap, you find one guy to do it all. And then
I'm basically going to be offering $100 a page.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
Oh, $100 a page, you can get a really good artist for $100 a page. Honestly,
yeah, that's what I'm planning.
Yeah,
and then I will either do, and I'm probably going to do lettering as a stretch goal. Otherwise, I'll do the lettering myself.
Okay, neat.
I have the software; I can do it myself. Yeah. I'd rather not, but I figured.
That's okay.
I figured I'm going to do lettering as a stretch goal. If I make enough on it, then I will hire a letterer to do the lettering.
Now the letterer is like $20 a page, so it's not like it's not a ton of money, but
yeah. But when I'm doing $100 versus $120,
no, I'm with you. So
anyway.
So.
John, we bring it back to the streets, man. We'll just sell some drugs for the letter.
So I like that where you're taking the story, and I'm glad we're looking at maybe launching yet another comic book. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping in a couple months. Awesome. Once I get through I'll have the pages 21 to 28 will be next week, and then
I feel like
I'll probably tweak it and change it, maybe do some editing, and then be ready.
If I was writing it, if you said, Preston, I want you to write this story, I would have been more elaborately visual on that black magic ritual, right? As it is, it's kind of like just like one panel or something where they're chanting and something or other.
There's 2. There's one earlier in the first 10 pages, and then there's another one in this 10 pages.
Okay. But I feel like you could have been more elaborate. And this is a comic book. You can make this scene bigger. You can have there be spirits or whatever. But I feel like you could. I feel like if you make that scene bigger, the audience will like it. Because there's a lot of visual things you can put there. You can obviously show some supernatural elements. Look, you got zombies, so we're already going supernatural. So
right. Well, part of it is that her powers haven't fully manifested, and she's not entirely in control of them.
Right.
So it's the exact same plot as before, where she accidentally summoned the zombies.
Yeah, no, I got
But
it.
I'm doing it now where she's not entirely. She's not. So before, she intentionally summoned a demon that summoned zombies.
Right.
Here, and you would only know this if you copy and paste into Google Translate.
Yeah.
Is that in this time she's actually not trying to summon anything.
Okay.
She's just trying to communicate with the dead
Neat.
and get advice.
Okay.
So it's more of a communal thing that
Right.
then accidentally summons a demon, which summons the zombies.
I'm just saying you can go bigger on the ritual. You can have more trappings of it. You know.
I mean, I kind of described the room earlier when I first introduced it. So
just
I don't know.
Just to whatever.
Sure, I just want to spell.
sorry.
I just want to spell check you, John, and say they're summoning the black zombies. I just feel we gotta be.
I
left you a way out, man.
But, all right, I got told yesterday by my kind of pseudo girlfriend that her very much old Trump supporting, probably Doug TenNapel fan parents told me I needed to tone it down on my racism. So
you should tell them you have black friends, and that just solves everything.
Exactly. I was like, what did I even do? All right. So apparently, I didn't know if you know this, but all right. So like old people, they're watching TV all the time. So and it's something like good TV. They're watching like. I'm convinced at this point that the only people watching network television are like really old people.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There was so there was so I'm walking in, and they love like game shows or whatever, but there's this one, it's kind of like a game show, but you don't want to win, called Paternity Court. And it's like family.
Is this a game show, really?
Well, no, it's like Judge Judy.
Right. Okay.
But the judge is a black woman, right?
Of course she is.
And that's what I'm saying. Of course she is. Of course she is. But apparently that's a little racist. If I walk out, I'm like, oh, judge is black, of course. And she's like, Jamal, the baby is yours. Like, oh boy. I'm like, I think that show is racist, quite frankly. But,
It sounds like.
I'm like, I can't imagine a more racist setup than Paternity Court with a black woman sitting here going, which of you fuckers is the deadbeat dad who happened to sleep with the loose woman to have the baby? Like, oh my god. Anyway, and that's the whole TV show. So, but I'm racist. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, just wait until they do the white trash edition,
right?
Where it's like, which cousin?
Yeah,
exactly. Your cousin?
I think she saw that photo of Preston holding Aunt Jemima making pancakes.
There you go. Anyway, it's gonna be a crazy 4 years. What can I say? But I'm here.
Wait. I saw them. They stormed the place and they're making it seem like, man, they're evil, dude. You literally had Antifa hold hostage an entire block.
Yep.
And was it in Seattle or something?
With the chop.
Oh yeah, when they held that whole town and renamed it.
I'm not getting into all that.
No. That's for another stream.
Yeah. In before racism ban. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think, in honor of certain people on the Discord, we need to bring more misogyny in here.
There we go. You know what would be cool is if like Ridley or like one of the servants is like, Mr. Ridley, I couldn't help but notice that your wife is in there performing rituals with skulls and black magic trappings while chanting in Latin, while these zombies happen to be appearing. To which he can reply, I mean, come on, she's like a woman. I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
she thinks she's summoned the horn. I mean,
He's
There we
playing
go.
on the old classic films. Where
Yeah.
like, it couldn't be my sweetheart.
Couldn't be
You
her.
know,
Yeah,
that-
there we go.
What
Yeah,
you
we-
need is he's like the servant comes up. It's one of the female servants, and she says, "Lord, I couldn't help but notice that you needed a sandwich right now." It's like,
There you go. That could be good.
yeah,
Sexism activated.
There we go.
Misogynist.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, all right. So we had 2 scripts. Next week, there will be more Lords of Iron, and who else is on for next week? What do we got?
I'll have the rest of this issue of Angel of Darkness.
Fantastic!
that's
I'm looking
serious.
forward to
Go
that.
John. Let's go, John.
Yeah, and
John, just please remember, man, for the sake of grammar, just say they're summoning the black zombies.
there you go.
Say loud, with a little southern twang.
Yeah,
The stream's been cut off.
exactly.
Zombies of color. There you go.
Yeah.
No.
All right, cool. I'm gonna. We're through all the scripts. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go
I
party.
forgot.
I'm going to go back to my dad's comic
Yeah.
and forget that the world exists.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I just want to say that.
I'm going to go back to CGI dicks and vagina.
There you go.
They never let me down.
They
There
don't.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just remember, people, in no shape or form was John's book sponsored by the NRA.
Never. But it could be.
Yeah, it could
Hey,
be.
I'll take NRA money. Why not?
Absolutely. I mean, look, like I said, the advice I would have given that PETA book is maybe you shouldn't torture and kill the family just for going on safari. But then he wouldn't have gotten all that PETA money. So,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's like, remember how much they hated that dentist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So it's like the dentist times the entire family.
it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, they didn't kill the dentist. though.
they didn't kill the dentist.
No, but that's what they do in the art.
I
They
understand,
they murder and torture the people in the
Yeah,
art
yeah.
because they can't do it
Exactly.
in real life.
So yeah,
So
it's
they straw man personify a person that they hate in
Yeah.
art,
Right.
Yeah.
and then they do that to the art.
The people, but that it's like I told Preston on the Discord, man. Animals can't dial on the phone when they're being abused, and right now we're being insensitive to their trauma and abuse. #believe all barks.
there you go.
Actually, Florida, I think, made it a felony to abuse animals.
Oh wow, that's
Oh
hardcore.
damn!
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they it was a couple of years ago. They I think they made it. They upped it from a misdemeanor to
Okay.
like whatever the lowest level of first degree felony.
Yeah.
Don't they have like degrees of felonies or something like that?
There
I
are.
don't
They're
disagree with that.
tend to
So
Oh well, I mean, yeah. It
yeah,
depends on
I
the
think
player,
they wanted to do an animal abuse registry, but that didn't get passed.
Okay.
But they did get it up. They did increase the penalties on
Preston,
people
man,
that abuse animals.
you do me a favor, show that Big Steve, man. He's giving y'all a big message
Oh.
with
There
that.
we go. Believe it or not. Yeah. There we go. Awesome. So anyway, well, next week there'll be
We'll have more scripts.
yeah, we're gonna have scripts from the people who are putting out books, and
Hey, man,
yeah,
believe all barks.
that's right. Believe all barks.
We do not promote animal abuse
Yeah.
on this stream,
Yeah.
but we
Anyway,
do promote black zombie abuse.
and congratulations again to Doug Tenaple for his he's almost at 300,000 subscribers.
Go, Doug.
Hey, man, he's
Take
Take him
positive.
to town, man. Take him to town.
You only have 299,000 to go.
He was,
Exactly.
man, he was
Well,
positive.
Doug had like 5,000 subs 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, no,
What did he do?
He just started talking about the election.
That's
So,
Yeah. Anyway.
Preston, it's time, man. It's time.
And I role play with him every Sunday, and we were talking about it. And he made $50,000 off YouTube in the month of December, and I'm like, holy smokes! Anyway,
Uh,
yeah,
so the secret is to talk politics, huh?
Pretty much.
I guess. And
Damn, that would mean I have to pick a side.
but yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I'm not going to be good at that. But I'm like, but look, here's the thing. I'm making a Doug Orbiter channel. I'm just we're here for Doug fans. 300,000 Doug fans. There we go.
This week on Doug's channel.
This week on Doug's channel. Hey everybody. This is Preston. I'm a Doug super fan. Welcome. Did you know I make a comic? Do you know Doug makes comic books? I also make comic books.
There you go. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, man. Preston comes dressed with the father, you know, that little that white thing the fathers got around their neck.
Collar,
the clerical collar, yes.
Bring that, man. He's bringing faith.
You need the outfit, man. I'm sure you got one lying around, right? You know.
I was talking to Preston. I told him the positive. I didn't get a chance to say it. The new comic he's working on is that dude. He's bringing religion into space, and that's a rarity. I was
thinking. I was telling Doug that I'm like, Star Trek, kind of like cleansed any notion of like religion in space, and I'm bringing it back. I'm like, oh, they are all
the original series had some of it in it, but
for the most part, like religion was treated rather poorly in Star Trek.
It was.
Didn't they kind of feel like that? In Star Trek, humanity evolved beyond religion.
Right. Yes. That was Roddenberry's idea. Was humanity evolved beyond religion,
which is a possibility, but I don't think that is.
And
humans are too superstitious and mystical. Right. Mystical. Yeah. We're never going to give it all up. There's always going to be people that are superstitious about something.
Yeah.
Even the most hardened atheist, they won't go on the 13th floor of a building.
Right.
Well,
the thing is that what exactly is Marxism but religion for atheists?
It is, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I told somebody this years ago, dude. If you're an atheist, to me, your faith is believing in nothing. That's still essentially a practice of something. Yeah. You know what I mean? But my thing is, man, with what he's doing, anytime you see a comic, I forget all the names. You got Battlestar Galactica. There was this other one. Anytime religion is brought in space, it's like the Borgs, or they're trying to convert you. They're trying to absorb you. Anytime you have some type of singular thought in the space series, it's negative.
That's true, because I was thinking Dead Space, the game series, had a lot of religion in it, but it was the bad guys, right? And then Warhammer. Well, everyone's kind of a bad guy in Warhammer 40K, but there's a lot of religion in that too, right?
So,
yes, it kind of, I think, is unique, and it
is. It'll make it stand out.
Yeah.
Because even the Expanse talked a little. They did the whole thing with the Mormon. What was the Mormon? No, was it the Mormons?
Yeah.
But now that's gone.
Right.
Like that was only in issue 1. They stole the ship, and that was the end. The purpose of the Mormons is no more.
Right.
Look at that. They were the bad guys. You see?
Yeah, you see. I'm trying to bring a bit of that into my book too. So like a little bit more positive look at sort of thing.
But see, Preston, it's PC to rip on the Mormons.
Always.
I found I really liked writing my sermon in the new religion I had invented of the Christian Muslim fusion. So
sermons are fun, man.
Chrislism. There it is.
Yeah.
The Christian Crescent, as I wrote it.
Anyway. Yeah.
It's to me, I think it's that when they write sci-fi, they always write the religious person like somebody who doesn't believe in technology. Like anybody who's religious doesn't have a smartphone or a smartwatch. They just have a cross.
Yeah.
And look, to find direction.
Over the head with a cross.
Just hold the cross. Preston, you called, but the cross didn't signal you.
Didn't. Well, okay, I can think of a few other options or a few other series I remember that they had some religious stuff in, but
No, I don't think there's.
But it's definitely not explored in a positive light in most things.
No.
for sure.
All right. So next week there will probably be less religion because and a lot more death.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be in the fighting next week, so that'll be cool.
Get
Cool.
into the Four Horsemen section.
Four Horsemen section, exactly.
And,
All right, and so John and I will be here next week.
Yep.
Probably Mulby and Larry. And you
Hope
guys
so.
are also
Y'all better
welcome.
be. I need
Everybody's
voice.
welcome to present scripts. There's a link to our Discord right there in the description.
Yes.
Come on down.
All 2 people, one of which is me, watching this stream. I think Big Steve is the other one.
Oh, people might watch it on replay. Whatever.
Sure, I might not be here. Something about I offended people for playing a black zombie.
Right,
yeah. But we'll be here next week, everybody. Take care. Hope the nation's still here. And like some
Stock
people
up on guns and ammo and
stock
MREs.
up on- exactly.
we're all going to become the doomsday preppers now.
I gotta get my.
It's time to declare that we're all proud boys.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right. I will see everybody next week. Take care.
Later.
All right. See ya.